It has been a rackety ride for the Grand Coalition government over the last 3 years. Observers say it is commendable that despite the mistrust and the occasional flare-ups, the marriage of convenience has brought Kenyans this far. After the stoppage of the post-election violence, the birth of the new constitution has been hailed as the second biggest achievement. It had all along been accepted as the nucleus of the 4-point agenda agreed upon in the National Dialogue and Reconciliation process. It was also the strongest unifying factor between the two principals and their supporters. But things have come too close to falling apart over the implementation of that constitution, with the two principals falling out temporarily over nominations to 4 constitutional offices. The country's electoral reforms appear to be receiving the trust of many after several by-elections went without challenge, as confidence rises that the nation could manage a credible process in the next year's general election. With regard to judicial reforms and dealing with impunity, a fresh war of words has arisen over the International Criminal Court. The country is now torn between supporters of the 6 suspects named by prosecutor Luis Moreno Campo and those insisting the ICC should go ahead with the cases. The government has petitioned the United Nations Security Council to force the ICC to defer the post-election violence trials. In other long-term reform agenda of the accord, including dealing with unemployment and poverty, the president and a section of the Serena Dialogue team have today admitted they are lagging behind.
Bado kuna hali mkubwa sana tofauti ya kati ya mapato ya Wakenya. Umaskini bado umetanda katika taifa letu. Ukosefu wa chakula katika sehemu zetu nyingi za taifa. Vijana milioni karibu 3 hawana nafasi za ajira ama kazi.
But the biggest worry for the nation has been the re-emergence of back and forth verbal wars that are feared to be raising tensions among Kenyans. Leaders are reverting to the down and dirty campaign rhetoric last seen in the run-up to the 2007 election. The Prime Minister's critics also want the National Accord to be relooked at with a view to removing Raila Odinga as the Prime Minister.
Hata ile kazi ambayo alikuwa amepatia waziri mkuu haimfai tena. Na wakati wake sasa, wakati imefika tumpatie nafasi ya odoke.
But then there is the constitution, which also the parliament must respect. Parliament cannot act ultra vires the constitution. So I am not least worried about more a motion of no confidence in the Prime Minister.
Ni kisheria na ni kikatiba kwa mtu yeyote ambaye anaona pengine waziri mkuu wa sasa hana support ya bunge kama vile sheria na katiba inavyosema, waziri mkuu mwingine anaweza akateuliwa.
A campaign mode is already creeping in more than 1.5 years ahead of the 2012 general election, with verbal attacks getting more personal at every rally. The next few weeks in Parliament and in the executive could show the direction the Grand Coalition government will be taking in the remainder of its lifetime. Now, Otieno, Sunday Night Live.